want to show you a few online tools that can make things far more convenient in your printing life for both personal printing and business printing. The HP Activity Center is a wonderful resource full of ideas and templates to guide us through almost any print or craft project. So if you spend a little bit of time browsing through all of the content here, you're going to get some great new ideas for projects that you can do that will thrill your family and friends. The Activity Center changes seasonally depending on what's coming up, so there's always new content available here for you to look through. So if Valentine's Day is coming up, you're going to get good ideas for Valentine's Day projects here, as well as Christmas and other seasonal things as you move through. Down the left-hand side are some of the basic areas, doing everything from picture albums to calendars, all the way to labels for your different music and things like that, quilting and scrapbooking projects. Now, each of these projects can be as simple as a single sheet of paper that you basically add some graphics to and work with, all the way through to much more elaborate projects like building cutout boxes that are gift boxes that are all customized and onto other things as well. If we continue on through the site, we see they also have a lot of tutorials available in how-to areas, such as the digital photography area here that'll walk you through some of the basics to help you take better pictures. And some of the information is even provided by well-known computer celebrities. Now, I'm not saying this particular area here is the best area of the website, but it just might be. If you're searching for anything specific, the search tools here will probably help you find the project that you want to work on and get to it really quickly. Now, if you think you really need a lot of help, then I think this new HP Print Studio will show you a whole new world of convenience, kind of like having your own personal graphics designer. We can get to it right here from the Activity Center. It says visit the new Print Studio, and this launches in your browser as a full-blown wizard. It's going to basically ask us questions and walk us through the whole design process for whatever project we choose. And they've got quite a few different concepts starting already. Things like letterhead and shipping labels, calendars, greeting cards, iron-on labels, or whole business identity kits that you can work with within here. So you load it, and what it'll do is basically bring us into a gallery that allow us to select from a series of graphic designs and colors. You find one that you like, and of course, again, this is dynamic. Always going to be changing as they add new ideas and new concepts. But let's say I like this particular overall look. I think that's a pretty sharp look for my business. I click on it, and now the wizard takes over and starts asking me questions to get me to my final printed outcome. It tells me all the required materials that I'm going to need to do this project, tells me what's involved, and if I select this template, it then takes me to the next level of the wizard, which allows me to fill in critical information, things like the company name, address, phone numbers, that kind of stuff. I can also select what color I want to be the base color. We're picking from a template of colors that all fit together, so I might choose this particular color, so that if I was doing some business cards for me and some for my partner, we might have a overall similar look, but slightly different color scheme on each of our cards to make them more personalized. Down the bottom right-hand side here, we see the different pieces that we can create here. Business cards, letterhead, and shipping labels with this particular template. And then we can also import photos and logos. We can bring our business logo in, we can place it in the card, and we can load it in from either Snapfish or we can browse on our computer to find the image and upload it. And then, of course, once we're all done, we just take the supplies that they've recommended as far as printing, put it in our printer, and we now have our stationery complete. You know, it's a shame to have all these wonderful imaging tools at our disposal and not create some great looking crafts or materials on them. Using online resources like the Activity Center and Print Studio make us all look better. And I got to tell you, it feels better too when you produce something that you're proud of. One of the least convenient things in our digital lives is the need for passwords and user accounts. Like you, I have lots of them, and I have experienced the same frustrations, many wasted hours, and a wee bit of anxiety with my password strategy and implementation. Good passwords are very important to your security. There's no doubt about that, and your privacy. So no, the word password does not qualify as a good password, nor does any identifiable word, phrase, or birthday. Experts tell us that a nonsensical mixture of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols is the way to go. But really, who can remember FXH, 65, capital B, capital R, ampersand W, 43, $CH? That trips off the tongue, no? Add to this the fact that we should have a unique password for each and every account, and boy do we need help. Well, here is help. It is called KeePass, and it's available from SourceForge, which is a site that has all sorts of open source freeware available to us. And KeePass is an open source application, meaning it's free, that can really help us in the password area. It downloads in just a few minutes. It's just a little bit over a megabyte. And once you've installed it, you have a tool that will help you control your passwords for all time. You create a master password at the beginning, which is what you use to access all of your other passwords. So you want to make sure you create a really good master password. Once you've done that, you now have access to a database where you can store all the passwords and user account information for all of your websites, for all of your home banking, for your network, all those sorts of things. All the things that you probably are storing now in a text document somewhere or trying to remember, or in a lot of cases, people use the same password over and over again for everything, which is very dangerous because if it's compromised once, then all of your information is at risk. So here's how KeePass works. I've got all of my different website accounts that I have user accounts for here and available to me. Now, if I want to go in and log into any of those accounts, I can simply select the account here, and then I use these little tools here at the top to copy the username to the clipboard, which will allow me then to enter my username, and then copy the password to my clipboard. Now I'm going to create a new password for you, a new account entry for you here to show you how it works. I haven't set up Facebook yet, so I'm going to set up my Facebook account. So I'm going to put in my Facebook password. So it's called Facebook. My username, I'm just going to put in Steve for now. So now what would happen is you would put in your normal password, the password that you use in Facebook, and you would use that to then log on to Facebook a little bit later. But instead of putting in the password that I already have, wouldn't it be great if I could generate a super complex password that is really tough to crack? This is the beauty of using KeePass. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to ask it to generate a password for me. And look at the criteria that I can use to generate it. Upper and lower case, digits, minuses, pluses, all these sorts of special characters. So now if I ask it to generate it, it's going to generate a 114-bit password that'll be very difficult to hack. Now I don't know what that password is. If I click here on little dots, it tells me this is the password that it's chosen for me. I will never be able to remember this, and thank goodness I don't have to remember it because it will now be saved for me in my user account area. And now here's how it works for the next stage. What will happen is I'll save this. I'm going to now go to my Facebook page on the web, and I'm going to copy in my settings. I'm going to copy into my account settings in my password area. I'm going to copy that password in. I'm going to change my password to the password that KeePass has established for me. And then I'm going to use the tools in KeePass to log on each time that I return. Now I've got a secure site. Now your database of passwords is stored locally, so you can't access them if you're away from your computer, which is not really great for convenience, but it's very good for security because it's not available to anyone online. So make sure your master password to KeePass is a good one. It is, after all, the key to the whole enchilada. Technology has the capacity to make our lives easier, but too often we end up becoming a slave to the technology instead of mastering it. All the tools we looked at today should make your lives a bit easier. They're all about convenience. And now would be a convenient time for me to say, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Dotto Tech.